Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Wide With Declan. As always, we'll be discussing NASCAR-related topics, so let's get right into it. Our first topic is Jesse Love fails post-race inspection at Rockingham. So, the number 2, Jesse Love, driver of the Xfinity Series number 2 for Richard Childress Racing, originally won Saturday's North Carolina Education Lottery 250 out at the Rockingham Speedway. He originally dominated that race and won. However, in post-race inspection, his number 2 Chevrolet was found to have illegal rear suspension components. Therefore, Jesse's car was DQ'd and Sammy Smith was awarded the win. Sammy Smith, the original second-place finisher, was awarded the win. So this would have been Jesse Love's second win of the season and third career win. It would have been his first win at a non-drafting track, as his first 2 wins came at Talladega, the Spring Talladega race last year, and the opener at Daytona this year. And midweek, RCR announced that they were going to appeal this penalty. On Monday, they announced they were going to appeal the penalty. However, they appealed, and the result came back yesterday, and they lost the appeal. So nothing remains. In disqualifications, you cannot appeal a second time. The only time someone has tried to appeal a second time was when Richard Childress Racing, the same exact team, tried to appeal Austin Dillon's win not counting towards the playoffs. They did that a second time, but then they lost that second time as well. But with disqualifications, you do not have that option. The first time is the final result. And our second topic is Kyle Larson wrecks in Indy 500 testing. So Kyle Larson this year will once again be, in case you don't already know, he will be once again attempting the Indy 500 Coke 600 double on May 25th this year. Sunday, May 25th is the date of both races this year. So today and yesterday were Indy 500. Yesterday and today were both Indy 500 open test days. So that means just take your car out and run some laps and get data. Just open test, and then, however, Kyle Larson got in between, right coming off turn 1, going down the short chute into 2, lost control of his car and pancaked the outside wall. However, the damage wasn't all that bad. And the damage wasn't bad at all to Larson's car, but still a big headline that Kyle Larson has crashed in Indianapolis. It is his first ever crash in an open-wheel racing car. Our third topic, the big news of the week so far, is the NASCAR Cup Series, the NASCAR Cup Series, Xfinity Series, and Truck Series championship races have all been moved back by popular demand, have all been moved back to Homestead Miami Speedway for 2026. So Homestead was the finale track I believe, from 1995 to 2019. 2019 was the last time Homestead Miami hosted a finale. That in 2020, that date was given to Phoenix, and they've held that date ever since. However, with the lackluster short track racing that the next gen car produces and a couple of dull championship races, NASCAR has decided to move it back, and how great the next gen performs has upped the racing on mile and a halfs. NASCAR and by popular demand thought the only right move was to move the championship back to Homestead Miami, which is what they have done, and given us all 3 series back for the NASCAR Cup Series championship at Homestead Miami. And that brings us to our fourth and final topic, which is, as always, our weekend preview. The Cup Series, there are some guys to look out for. Tyler Reddick, winner of this race last year. The fall winner here was Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Maybe one of the guys you can expect is the Front Row Motorsports and just the Fords in general and Penske Racing. Some favorites this weekend. Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, Josh Berry, those three, and Austin Cindric, those four cars were basically unbeatable at Atlanta and Daytona. Those four cars were all really fast at Daytona. The three Penske cars were fast at Daytona, but Barry and the other three were fast. So my pick to win this weekend is Ryan Blaney. I think Ryan Blaney will get it done at Talladega this weekend in the Jack Links 500. And your long shot of the week is Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace he's a great super speedway racer. So I think he's gonna be able to get it done this year and maybe do good this weekend at Talladega. And that does it for this week on 4 Wide with Declan. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and bye for now.